Hey guys, I'm Manjari Mukherjee and you're watching me on Pop Diaries channel, and I'm in conversation with three very special guests. So I'll start with the first one. Firstly, he's an ace director. Why I say this? Because he's almost become the dhadak of our industry. Yes, I'm not wrong, because it is the Shashank Khaitan with us. And the second one, okay, let me take a deep breath, because she's extremely talented, she's extremely beautiful, and she's quite synonymous with being the success mantra of our industry. Yes, because she keeps giving us projects that are blockbuster hits. Yes, it is Kiara Advani. And the third one, and the last one, but very close to my heart, because he never fails to make me smile and leave me awestruck with the way how he can just make himself into the character he's becoming in that film. And well, I think that is called the Vicky Kaushal magic. Yes, we have Vicky Kaushal with us.
Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you. Firstly, I have watched the film.
You have?
Yes, yesterday itself actually. And it's very fresh on my mind. I'm going to be very tight-lipped. Yes.
Thank you.
But I have to say, the twisting, the curves, and obviously the masala, it's just entertainment.
Thank you
So
much.
So it hits the bullseye completely.
Thank you much.
And on that note, I want to ask you, one thing I noticed while watching the film was the cast. It was so refreshing, and it kind of adds a uniqueness to the whole story.
Absolutely.
And it made me realize how important it is when the cast of a film, it's like the life of the film. What made you say yes to Vicky, Kiara and Bhumi?
I actually found myself in a very unique position. Many a times you write a film, you imagine characters, but for some reason you don't end up getting those actors for dates, whatever jazz.
Yeah.
This is actually the first film in my life where for every part I've got the first person I imagined. And I cannot be more thankful. I have immense gratitude to all the actors who kind of believe in the script. You've seen the film, so you realize what a tricky film it is.
Yes.
It's also a genre which is not done a lot. And so at times it can sound very risky, or it can seem like, though it's got the humor and the music and stuff, but it still can seem like, pata nahi risk lena hai ki nahi. And immense gratitude to Vicky, Kiara, Bhumi, Renuka ji, Daya sir, Shayaji Shinde, and that amazing cast that I have, that all of them kind of bought into the vision of the film, bought into the fact that I'm here to make something really funny, crazy, murder mystery. And as I said, it's so unique to actually get your first choices for every character. I feel immensely blessed. And as you rightly said, that everyone is playing a distinct character. True. And that's why every casting is so important, because it's like a Jenga puzzle. If one piece is loose, you always have the threat that the whole puzzle is going to fall down. Yeah. Here, when everything is tight, you get into the film and you feel it's such a holistic experience. So I really have immense gratitude for all of them for agreeing to do the film, and then coming on board with just all their talent and giving it their all. And I think the happiness with which we made our film, hopefully that happiness will translate into the audience's screens as well.
I think it did.
Thank you.
And I'm just being non-biased over here, so don't worry. Okay, over to Kiara. I want to ask you this thing, you always play characters, okay, which have something different to offer all the time. Okay, I do feel it has something different to offer. But somehow, the audiences, and I as an audience also, relate to the character because somehow we do believe that they are regular people. We meet them individually. So as Suku as well, was it a conscious effort in your part to always somehow be relatable to the audiences while giving something different?
I think if I have to look back, I've myself been attracted to the characters that I've chosen to play because they were all relatable characters. So I think that's why, just like you relate to Suku or any of the other characters I've played, I also related to them, and that's why I chose to play these characters. So yeah, I feel like, I think it's sometimes very interesting to be able to kind of live different characters, different, I think, who are a little different from you, but still very relatable. And something like Suku is, again, something I have not done before. It's, can I say it's a little bit
Absolutely.
grey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
All
I
of them
think
are grey.
they're all grey. I think everyone in the film has a shade of grey. We're not just those black and white characters, and I think that's very, very interesting and exciting as an actor, because I think even in our real lives, our choices, our decisions, our behaviors, habits, they keep changing based on situations and things like that. So I feel we all do have those grey areas as well. But yeah, this was very, very interesting to play on screen. It was refreshing for me, and I hope the audience feels the same way.
Yeah, I think I also saw you in a very different kind of light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't think that
expect
Kiara
it.
would do something like that.
Yeah, so I think that was the idea, because even when I asked Shashank, I'm like, but Shashank, he's saying, but that's the thing, nobody will think so that, that you would
Yes.
play this
Do what you
character, do this. Yeah, so it's going to be different for you, and it's interesting when you're playing such an unassuming character.
Absolutely. And I think the second one who almost surprised me, I think he surprises me all the way.
Yeah.
All the way. But you really did surprise me. I mean, I never thought I would see you in a character like Govinda.
You have to do
Yes.
more comedies.
And I want to know what created this sudden switch, because you do a certain kind of films and you're known for those kind of films, and then suddenly you're changing, and I have to say hats off. You've done.
Thank you. So sweet of you. I think as an actor, you are always trying to do something different, not just to give it to the audience, but also to explore something inside you as well. I think at that point when this film came my way, I was at that juncture where I was wanting to explore something new, which was not so intense or emotional. It was challenging in its own way, but at least more vibrant, more colorful, more light-hearted, where I get to explore dancing, comedy. Of course, the situation in the film is very serious, but it just results to like a comedy of errors for the audience.
Yes.
It was. I mean, when I heard it from Shashank, it was just like ticking all the boxes that I was craving for at that point. So I'm very lucky that I got this film at the right time when I was very hungry for doing something like this. So I guess then after a point you just follow your instinct. You don't get too calculative about taking a decision which your heart is just saying a big yes to.
And I think, just like you said, ticks all the boxes. It also ticks all the boxes for the audiences. Like when I look at an audience perspective, I feel that the movie has such a light-heartedness to it, while also adding a kind of a turn and a curve to it. So it kind of leaves a mark, but it also is not heavy on the person. So I think that's great. But telling, as you said, it was a risky move. It is a risky genre. It can land or it can be a miss. And in such an unpredictable market right now, do you feel it was OTT that gave you the confidence to actually create something of this sort?
So actually,
Does it happen for all the other filmmakers as well?
I mean, I really can't speak for all filmmakers. That will be a bit foolish on my end. I'll speak for myself. And also the thing is, just quickly in two parts, I'll break it. One is I'm actually not looking for any safety. I mean, I have my insurance. I'm safe. Other than that, I'm not seeking any other safety. I'm really looking to take a lot of risks in life. I'm looking to make every kind of film. I get bored writing the same film again and again. I want to write every genre. I want to kind of explore everything in life. I don't want to have any style which says that this is your style, you stick to this. I'm in fact looking forward to breaking every mold and say that by the end of my career or whenever I either pass away or retire, that I've done everything. Whether I've passed or failed, it does not matter. And that's the kind of person I am. Like I play every sport in the world, and if I find a new sport, I want to play it. Similarly, when I find a new genre, I want to explore it. And secondly, when we set out to make this film, we had no clue where it's going to come out, whether it was a OTT release or a direct-to-film release, because the film was written in the first lockdown. We started shooting in the second lockdown. By the time we were ready, the third lockdown hit in. And at one point, we felt कि यार लगता है घर पे हम तीनों को ही देखना पड़ेगा, इसका पता नहीं क्या होगा. But of course, when Disney Plus Hotstar came on board, when they saw the film and they immediately said we love it, we want to really go all out and release it. It gives you the confidence. Also, a lot of our decisions were taken at times when आज हम एकदम खुल के बैठे हुए हैं बिना मास्क के. A few months back, that was not the situation. We were very scared. So we are a result of decisions taken 8-9 months back, and I really respect those decisions taken then. And I really hope that it gets validated when the audiences see it. It's stupid to say that we know our audiences or we do that. You mentioned ticking all the boxes. I feel our intent should be to give something to the audience. Hopefully they will like it. If they don't, they'll tell us what they didn't like and we will learn from it and make something new. So my attempt always is to make the story I want to tell, and hopefully there'll be enough people supporting it. If not, I'll learn and I'll grow and I'll do something else.
Talking about unpredictable markets, Kiara, I have always wanted to ask you, as a female actress in the industry, do you feel that women-centric films only are, supposedly the hallmark of saying that, yeah, ye certificate lag gaya ki she is someone who has unbelievable talent and she can carry a whole film on her back? So what about the other characters that she has played, where she's, playing with a male actor as well?
So it's interesting you ask me that, because I feel the characters of mine that have resonated with the audience and gotten the most love happen to be parts that I've played in the most male-centric films.
Yes.
Kabir Singh and Sher Shah, for that matter.
Yes.
So both Preeti and Dimple were characters that even till date I get a lot of love for wherever I go. So I feel I have always believed in this, because it's my experience and my journey it's just been the way it has been for me, where I feel it's never about the length or the role. It's the impact that you leave, and it's the depth of that character. So I don't feel categorizing yourself or your character or film, calling it a woman-centric film, or whether both girl and boy have an equal part, or even if it's like a role that's amazing in, say, not the most lengthy screen-wise performance time. I feel it's a good character if you're able. In fact, I feel it's even harder. Imagine when you only have a couple of minutes, 20 minutes in a 2-hour film to make a mark, and if you manage to do that, then it speaks more about, I think, your talent. But I also feel, having said that, of course, I mean, if you ask me my favorite performance, it's still, and will sometimes it happens to be Guilty. I think I just had the most fun, living and getting so into that character. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would say that a woman-centric film is the only stamp to take anyone's career to the next level only.
Okay. Vicky, you have, shared screen space with a lot of co-actors, okay? But this time there are two fresh chemistry that I see come across in Govinda Naam Mera, and that's with Bhumi and obviously with Kiara. So one thing, we tend to learn with the people we work with a lot, and we unlearn as well in that journey. So one thing that you've learned and unlearned with both of them.
I have learned from Kiara how to be just easy. She is literally one of the easiest persons to work with, to chill with, to just hang with, and that's how I feel that she gels into every film so beautifully, because it's that easy to come to her frequency and for her to come to anybody else's frequency, because she is that easy a person, and that I really admire about her. Apart from her being a fantastic actor, I think it's that quality that I think also makes her relate to so many different characters also as an actor herself. So that is one thing I really learned from her. And from Bhumi, the one thing I learned is the spunk and that spiciness that she has as a person. I mean, she has that as Gauri, the character also. But as a person, like when she enters a room, like you cannot not know that Bhumi has entered. She's got that energy to her. She's never dull. There's not a dull moment when she's there. And that I really admire, because sometimes I have the tendency to go thanda, where I really admire somebody who's just constantly on the beat. That I really admire about Bhumi.
And I'm missing her a lot.
Yeah, we all
I
are.
love you.
lot.
And I loved you in the film as well. Okay, so now we are going to go over quickly to the fun segment.
Okay.
Well, it was fun asking these questions as
You
well.
actually asked some really good questions.
Thank you. Okay, so the fun segment is basically knowing your cast. We'll go behind the scenes of Govinda Naam Mera. And so basically the first question is, who got the best food on the set? Did you have tiffin? Anybody had tiffin from home?
They all had.
Mine and Kiara's tiffin was the same.
Yeah.
We called from the same chef, so our food was the same.
But a few times, actually not on set, once I think, when Nalini came on set, she got us a cake.
She got us cakes and
And
brownies.
every time we went to Shashank's house, we got really good food.
Nalini is Shashank's wife.
His wife,
That's my wife, yes.
who really took good care of
But I had a great time because all of them were on this amazing diet that they were on, or I wouldn't say diet, but this curated meals. And they were great fun, because one time they got a pizza for me, and I remember when we were shooting Bijli the song, and the pizza came in, and they said, Shashank, healthy pizza. I'm like, बस फिर तो क्या है? We just kept the plate and I'm eating it. I'm like, are you sure weight नहीं बढ़ेगा because मेरा पेट ऐसा फट रहा है.
Okay,
But
after the
that was
interview,
great
I
fun.
want the place name.
Yes.
Done.
Okay, cool. The annoying and lovable habit of your co-stars. You can say for Bhumi, and you can say for Vicky, and you can say for Kiara.
I have to say for Kiara. Okay, you start, Shashank.
Yes.
Annoying.
Yeah, like something that you feel is annoying, lovingly annoying, adorably annoying.
Okay, can I say a lovable habit of Vicky's?
Yes.
More than a habit, it's something I noticed on set. And along with me, someone else noticed it.
Oh, shit.
So we were shooting for Bijli, and one of the crew members had passed by, and they had unfortunately, like, they had a empty bottle in their hand and they just chucked it and walked ahead. Vicky was sitting there. He got up, he took the bottle and he went and he put it in the bin, and he went back and sat normally, no fuss, nothing. He didn't tell that guy, hello, what are you doing? Why have you trash? Nothing. He didn't make a scene, he didn't do anything.
Really?
He just did it himself. He doesn't even know he's done this. But we had noticed this, and the whole day we couldn't stop talking about what an amazing human being he is. Just to, like, you know, nobody otherwise, everyone like leaves the kachra, nobody cares. But just to see him, I mean, get up, go and just do such a simple act was just amazing.
Thank you, yeah, so sweet.
Okay. Any more?
Vicky, you say.
But that's a great closing statement.
So अब क्या बोलना है?
अभी
For the
इसको
interview.
कम कैसे?
Okay, I think we are almost up with time. So I will be closing this very quickly.
Shit, we are really close. नहीं यार मुझे कियारा के साथ पर मेरे पास बहुत बातें हैं कियारा के साथ.
हाँ, you said nice.
कर दो एक
You know,
चीज
I
बोल.
can give one for Kiara.
Please
because
do.
I've talked with her so many times
Please
about
do.
different films. I think she's the most humblest star
That
I
she
have
is.
talked
That
to.
she is.
And there's just something like a spark of brightness in her. You know, the moment I talk to her, she will smile and there's a spark in her eyes and the other person starts feeling refreshed.
Oh, that's
She's my
so
favorite.
sweet.
Kiara's my favorite.
I say
Mine
loudly and look
also.
into camera and say it with a nice note.
Kiara's my favorite.
Oh, super. Okay, that's the headline. Okay, so that was me, Manjari Mukherjee, on Pop Diaries with the very cool and swag and dope cast of Govinda Naam Mera. And don't forget to catch the film streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar from December 16th. And until then, what will you do? You will watch this interview, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. Definitely don't forget to click on the bell icon and stay tuned to Pop Diaries. Bye.